What's up, everyone? This is your man JD Ellison right here at Kishi Dojo Martial Arts Unleashed, and of course we're at the Martial Art Unlimited YouTube channel, and we have a fundamental grappling video for you guys today. It's the new year. We've had a whole bunch of new people coming in, and we want to make sure we get you guys the fundamentals for grappling. So we're going to start off with some closed guard. I want to give you guys 3 chokes you guys can use from closed guard right away.
The first thing to do is to take one hand from underneath, and I'm going to grab his collar. And the farther I can grab, the better it is. Don't lock in yet. If you lock in too early, he's going to defend, so it doesn't work. Now, my secondary hand, I release my guard, and I'm going to shift myself off of this line, so now I can find the secondary hand. From there, now, you grab and you butterfly your wrists. I am now going to recenter my head as I apply the choke. So that's your standard cross choke. If they're pretty strong or they're fighting you, or maybe they even have like a karate gi where they got the ropes, you might have to open the collar a little bit before you go. And that's okay. So this hand comes underneath, finds the target. I'm going to open my guard. I'm going to shift myself off the line. From there, this hand goes under. Remember to go under. You're not going to be able to come over and get under the collar. He's never going to let that happen. So you got to sneak it underneath. Try to find your fingers or find the tag of his gi. Now you grip, butterfly your wrists, and now I'm going to recenter myself. And even if I shift past his head, I'll catch it. This is Professor Machado special. Let's talk about that again. I'm here. I open the collar, this hand comes underneath, finds the tag. Release my guard, but this stays on his back. Don't release. Shift yourself off the line, find your hand right inside there, butterfly, recenter. Now I got my hand in the collar. As I'm trying to come underneath, he is not having it. This hand is interrupting and keeping my position. Fine. What I do is I simply shift to this side, grab this wrinkle right here, and recenter the other way. That is your wrinkle choke, or the cross choke using a wrinkle. Doesn't matter if he's wearing a really heavy-duty karate gi. That's cool. I can do it with the jiu-jitsu gi. The wrinkle doesn't change. It's always going to be right there. So, open here. You go for your first one. He doesn't allow that to happen. Fine. I reshift. If you look right there, there's the wrinkle. I grab it. I just come right over the top. But remember, earlier, I was over here. You're not going to come across the top. It's not going to work. It has to sneak underneath. But because he's stopping me, but now I'm on the same side as the wrinkle. That's okay. And now, there's my cross choke with the wrinkle. That's your first 2. Let's do the wrinkle choke one more time, because maybe that's just the move you want. So I'm here, open the collar, and I might set this up to come over here. Boom. All right, let's talk the samurai choke. Anytime in our curriculum you see samurai, that's using the lapel, the bottom of it, as a handle. So I'm going to pretend, or I'm going to use this as like a katana, a samurai sword. Every single time you see samurai choke, samurai pass, samurai something, think of something being in this kind of concept. Okay? So, here I am. I pulled all this out, and I'm going to pass it off to myself. From here, I might not mess with it right away. If you want to hold on to it, that's up to you. He is controlling my biceps, so I can't go right for the submission. I have to set it up. So I circle underneath. I got the first grip. From here, just like the wrinkle choke, I got this here. If I was in the beginning, I got this here, you're still holding on, I shift, throw it around the head, and now that's the idea. And so he's not allowing this, because again, I told you can't come in front, right? But he's also not falling in for this. So I pull the slack out, come around the head, and then reset it. Oh, look at that face. And that's going to be your samurai choke. It's the same as the wrinkle choke, but using this part of his gi. How you set it up is going to be the game to play and how you might make it work. So if I somehow come here, this is where I'm at. I need to pull all of this out. Okay, if his hand's still on my bicep, you're not going to come underneath. You're going to have to come over the top. Look how I just used my knee to feed that to myself. And I relock my guard so I could kind of play around, maybe mess with him a little bit. Then I release, shift. Palm, my thumb is facing the little end of the lapel. Throw it around the head. And now recenter.
Great. Now that we got a few of those guard submissions out of the way, those chokes, I want to jump into Keizugatame, or what we refer to as side mount. We call it side mount because the side of my body, my rib cage, is what's mounting my opponent. So
there's 4 of these bad boys that work really well. So again, I'm in my Keizugatame position. I have my feet pretty close. I have my hand right here on his tricep. Other hand is under his shoulder. My shoulder's nestled right near his jaw. So all I'm going to do for the first armbar, I'm going to open up my first leg, slide my hand to his wrist, and there's the armbar. And that's it. And the reason I open up my leg is some people can take it and you bump into your own leg. So by opening, there's more room to cause the destruction, cause the submission to happen. So first one, open, armbar. All right. Second one, open. He's so flexible it touches the floor. He's just making funny faces at you. Fine. Scissor your feet and do it again. So I'm here like this. Stage 1. Stage 2. It's called the switch arm bar. I got this from Guru Ram Baliki from Filipino martial arts, but I really like it. It gives me a way more ability to flex his arm. All right. So you have 1. You have 2. For whatever reason, you decide to do number 3. Push his arm down, open up the leg, step on it. From here, slide your hand to the shoulder, and now press both down at the same time. This is the step arm bar. Open, push, step on his wrist, slide your hand, boom. Again, if they're flexible enough, I've had people where I step on it and their hand touches the floor, which is why I'm pushing on the shoulder to get the arm to bow over your thigh. And now the last one, I'm doing the step arm bar, slips off. Maybe you just decide not to do it. Pick up this bottom knee. Notice there's a gap. Pinch your knees together. And kickstart the motorcycle. Knee up, kickstart. Let's run all 4. 1, 2, heard that, 3, and 4.
With that armbar series all finished, we're going to jump into some Americanas or some American locks. So that's going to be one of my favorite things to do from Keizugatame. Let's jump into it.
So the first one, I'm fighting. Maybe I was trying to get one of the arm bars and I can't seem to get it because he's too good. So as I'm here, I lift and I pull down. If they have a really tight shoulder, you're not going to be able to drill this really well. Or you can have them do this. Take your hips, walk your feet that way a little bit. Good. Now he's not panicking a little bit. So that's the first thing, is to get this here to there. From there, I build my cage. Make sure you build your cage. Sometimes, especially if you're a smaller person, they can just curl your whole leg and you can't finish them. But by building that cage, they can't do that. So I got the cage. Now I'm going to S-grip my hands. Gable grip is fine. I prefer S-grip for this particular move. Now with head lift, with hip lift. Those are your first 2. And there's pretty small differences. So once you have your Americana set up, connect your hands, make his nose touch his belly button, and now make your hips touch the ceiling. Those are your first 2. One more time. So I'm fighting. I get that locked in. Get your cage built. Now I take my hand out. I know it's pretty deep in there. It's not just like his palm to where when I go like this, it just slips out. I need my calf muscle on the wrist. So there. Head lift, hip lift. Now the third one is we call it seat travel. I love this one. Again, I got this from the Guru Ram Blicky from Shoot Wrestling. All I do is I step out, and I'm going to walk his elbow towards his hips. And there's the submission. That's called a seat travel. One more time. There it is. So stepping back, walking backwards. And then for whatever reason, that's not working, or maybe you just can't get that to work, bring your knee to your ankle. Now I'm going to slide my knees together. And it lifts his elbow and catches him. Knee to ankle, slide. Notice my hands have been together this whole time. I've never let go of my grips. So if he's trying to escape, I don't end up losing it. I always have the Keisagatame position. So, putting all four together. I'm fighting, trying to get the armbar, couldn't get it. Lock that in, build your cage. First attempt, head lift. Second attempt, hip lift. Third attempt, seat travel. Fourth is your, what we call is shear off the arm.
So there you guys have it. If you like today's video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like the stuff you see on our channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, as it really helps us out. And of course, if you like the things that you're seeing on the channel overall, go ahead and share the video with somebody you know that might want to use this Keisagatame or even some of these guard chokes. Okay, well, make sure you keep your hands up, keep training. This is JD, and I'm out.